Okay, we have a 1,500 point battle feud today, 1,500 points of Necrons in a league game against a Imperial Guard opponent. Tons of infantry, giant unit of 30 guys, crazy strength and AP2 vehicles, las cannons, autocannons everywhere. Spearhead, looks like we're fighting over some kind of Desert Storm map, pretty cool. And right now my Imperial Guard opponent is going first. Unless I can steal initiative, I'm going to try to steal initiative, see if I can steal it. No, I didn't steal it, it's a 3. So my Imperial Guard opponent is going first. Back in a bit. So rounding up top of turn 1 for Imperial Guard, giant mob moved forward, fired grenade launchers into here. Why did they do that? Because beforehand, those las cannons fired into here, bring it down. 2 penetrations made it through, but the Ghost Arc was lucky this game and just got 2 results of can't move or shoot, which Living Metal managed to help me shrug off. I rolled 2 4+s to shrug those results off, so I'm ready to go. However, Quantum Shielding is down, which allowed those grenade launchers to try to go in here, but they weren't able to penetrate. Those guys over there ran. They're attached to those autocannons to reposition better. That guy moved and popped smoke. Those guys repositioned a little bit. That guy back there was way far away, fired into here, but was just out of range to try to drop something on these guys. So we were lucky out of there. And it is on to turn 1 for... Okay, so just a bottom of turn 1 wrap-up because my Scarabs have made it in against this infantry unit. I'll wrap up the rest of their turn in a bit, but there is an interesting combat starting here. I think it's in my favor, but then I haven't used my Scarabs enough against these kind of infantry, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Full wrap-up. Okay, wrapping up what happened here. Over here, we whiffed pretty badly, but we still managed to kill 5 of them. They only put 2 wounds into us before things happened, but they stuck around. They rolled their 5 leadership and they're around. Over here, Annihilation Barge got tank hunters from Nemesor Zahndrekh, who's inside that thing. Zotted that guy, only managed so he can't shoot, but we actually arced into a unit of those guys, killed a bunch of them, and then they ran off the board from the arc effect that zapped them, so that's pretty helpful. These guys over here, only 36-inch range, so they couldn't go after the long-range guy, but they shot some shots in here, only got a glance through, and they couldn't do anything on the glance, unfortunately. These guys made 3 Scarabs, and each one of them rolled a 1, so they're all down to 2 wounds now. These chump-ass Spyders. Fail Spyders. These guys reposition. I had them over here, and then I moved it over here and ran, so the Wraiths are kind of taking a bit more conservative approach. These guys stood in place, fired into there, killed, I think, 5 or 6 guys. Couple shots. This thing moved 6 inches. I was just out of 12-inch range for the rapid-fire guns on the guys inside, so they weren't able to fire, and the vehicle fired a broadside in there, killed, I think, 2 more guys, so maybe killed 7 guys. Not enough to force a morale save. And that's about it. So we just got 1 kill point this round, and we're on to top of turn 1 for, turn 2. So rounding up top of turn 2 for the Imperial Guard, what happened? Ghost Arc goes down from a concerted hail of fire from a variety of things, blasting at this guy. Actually, the las cannons is, I think, what did it eventually, right? You tried to fire a bunch of weaker guns here because its armor was down to 11 because quantum shielding was gone, but eventually he had to fire the las cannons. They did the job. These guys popped out. They were not pinned, luckily. Over here, some shooting drifted, killed 3 of these guys, and only 1 of them reanimated. So 3 Immortals died, 1 came back. That was about it. This combat over here, we finally cleaved through the unit, killed 4 guys. The last guy ran away, so we consolidated a few inches. We're going to go after some targets over there. And that was, I think it, right? I didn't forget anything? No, that was it. So on with turn 2 for the Necrons. Okay, a little bit of mid-turn wrap-up, because there's a combat starting here, triple charging with the Scarabs into 1 unit, a vehicle that went cruising speed pretty fast, and this unit over here. And their Spyders are finally into combat with their failure of 2 wounds each, because they rolled 1 in the last turn. And we'll round up the rest of the turn in a bit, but okay, so rounding up the top of the turn, these guys totally whiffed. A bunch of hits on the vehicle because it went really fast, but then no entropic strikes at all. Over here, the power weapon guy got like all of his hits in, killed a bunch of stuff. I think 1 base died. 3 wounds caused. We only managed to cause 2 wounds in return, even against these guardsmen, so I didn't roll too well there. But we lost by 1, so I took another wound in the base. Over here, these guys cleaved in there, just slaughtered those guys with these. They actually managed to run away successfully, though. We won by 3, and they are going to be potentially coming back. Annihilation Barge fired into here, rolled pretty badly, didn't get too many hits, but we tried to arc to a couple units, but again, didn't arc this time, so not a great shot with it this time. Gave these guys tank hunters, but again, these losers, only 2 of them got hits in on that unit there, so I blew off a plasma cannon from 1 guy. These guys, I moved them in the hopes that they'd get close enough to rapid fire, but they moved like 2 inches. A bunch of losers. These guys moved up and rapid fired into there, killed a lot of guys. These guys flew over, ran a few inches over here. And that was pretty much it. So yeah, big whiff over there, and we're going to see what happens going forward. Still 2-1 for Necrons, but a good close game. Okay, so rounding up top of turn 3, what happened over here? Those guys got an order to return to the fight, tried to fire some stuff in here. Shooting came into here, but managed to make cover saves / just didn't wound them. These guys over here got shot. I made 1 billion 4+ saves on these guys, just from cover, from other things. They did get charged, and it was a really close, bone-grinding combat. We actually managed to win by 1, only by 1. But these guys would have run away. They rolled a 10 on their leader shot and their stubborn leadership, but the Commissar shot a guy, and they stuck around. So they managed to stick around. Reanimation on 3 guys, only 1 return, though. Only 1 return. What else happened over there? Oh, combat over there. We finally, that 30 unit charged in, slaughtered some of my Scarabs. I managed to kill that thing down to, I think, just 1 wound or something. But we consolidated over there, so we're slowly getting ground down. But yeah, so that's going to happen over there. And I think what else happened? Some shooting. Was there other shooting? Oh, there's just tons of shooting into these guys. They just made, I think they made something like 18 out of 24+ saves before the combat phase. But then they started cleaving us down with power weapons, but we managed to stick it out. And that's it. So on to bottom of turn 3 for Necrons. It's been 2-1 in kill points for like since the start of the game now. Both of our armies just cannot seem to get a lot of kill points this particular game. Okay, so rounding up bottom of turn 3, what happened? Tank hunters into here, just blew off. What do we do? Oh no, we made it so we can't shoot one of these guys because they had cover from the squadron. Tank hunters on this guy just made it so what happened to that guy? He just can't shoot, right? Oh no, the big gun is gone. Gun is gone and he can't shoot, so that guy's no longer a threat. But we still want to try to get the kill point. Over here, combat, pretty whiffed combat. Killed 1 wound enemy, so killed a base. We only did 1 wound in return, unfortunately, so we just lowered his armor down to nothing, but we're going to get cleaved down there. No good. These guys finally came in here, slaughtered all those guys, got a kill point they've been waiting for like 3 turns. These Wraiths just came in here, slaughtered the crap out of the survivors that were fighting Nemesor there, and consolidated towards there. Move these guys forward, try to be in range there, but no good. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So on to turn 4. Okay, so rounding up top of turn 4, I think it is, right? Top of turn 4 it must have been. It must have been. I've lost track a little bit. Tons of shooting to these guys, but managed to cause 2 more wounds. So because of wound allocation shenanigans, each guy took 1 more there. Over there, a unit charged in. They whiffed a lot of attacks, so I had a chance. I just put all my attacks into the last remaining guy of that 1 unit that was there with no armor because of entropic strike, so he finally got a kill point there. We lost combat, crumbled away another base there. Over here, these guys went they charged right into my Wraiths, but my Wraiths managed to wipe out 1 guy, and the other guy didn't put any wounds onto me. So that was it there. Some shooting into these guys, wiped out a few more guys. Did anyone return? Did I roll to return for those guys? Yeah, you did. I did. Yeah, 2 guys, or one or 2 guys came back over here. That was it. Okay, so back to my turn. Here we go. Just a little mid-turn wrap-up, bottom of turn 4. Huge, big combat starting. The Spyders decided to charge these giant unit of guys because there's no power weapons there. I could have gone there, but I'm going to try to go there instead. Wrap up the whole turn. Okay, so bottom of turn 4 in this really long game here. These guys moved forward, helped gun down an entire unit of 5 dudes there, just shot them down with the AP weaponry. These guys flew over here, tried to gun into that vehicle, but couldn't hit. Just missed 3 times with their guns. Or I think I hit, maybe just couldn't penetrate. I don't remember what happened. These guys over here, Gong Show Combat. Wraiths couldn't get any 6s on their rending roll, so we just didn't do any wounds, no wounds in return. Over here, those Spyders charged in, slaughtered a bunch of guys. They're running away now, and we consolidated towards them to try to make them keep running. Over here, weird combat where my opponent whiffed a lot on my Scarabs. One of the Scarab bases is down 1 wound, but we managed to kill 1 guy, but then we lost because there's a banner there, but we stuck around. This tank over here finally got tank hunters in there, laser beamed that guy, finally wrecked him, so that was a kill point. Again, arcing didn't go to any units, though. We didn't manage to arc to any units second turn in a row. That was about it, so things are winding down. We're at top of turn 5 now, coming up. Okay, the turns are getting fast and furious now. Shooting into these guys. Oh, we forgot to do reanimation. Reanimation, 1 of the heavy destroyers on a 5+. Oh, he does make it. He comes back, so heavy destroyer is back. We forgot to do reanimation. 4 guys into this unit. Actually, sorry, leadership check first on the heavy destroyers. No, yeah, they made it. And leadership check on those guys before I reanimate. Yeah, they made it. Insane courage. 4 rolls on reanimation on that unit there. Oh, with the orb, 4+. Wow, 3 of them come back. One died, though. Just going to shove them back in coherency there. And what else happened? These guys got tons of shooting from the fleet. Those guys kept fleeing because they were within 6 inches. But tons of shooting, but they just couldn't force any failed saves here. Those guys fired into there, just couldn't force the failed saves. A 3+ armor save did it. These guys finally ripped the last remaining walker, and they consolidated a bit. Those guys finally shot down the Scarabs for a kill point, and that was it. So bottom of turn 5 coming. Okay, so we've ended the game now. What happened? Wraiths charged in, slaughtered those large bases there. Spyders got in here, managed to wreck this vehicle, and there's stuff within 6, so they're going to run away. And that's about it. Some shooting from the Annihilation Barge. Just made it so we couldn't shoot, but we wrecked him with these Scarabs. But no, so it's something like 10 kill points for one side. But a really good game, man. It was close at the beginning, and then I just sort of ran away with it near the end there. But it was a good game, man. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.